What was you going on about the other day? The BBC never referred to
Hamas as terrorists, and they were.
Are they called terrorists? Have they got the title officially from who?
From our government.
From our government?
Yeah,
right.
It's a prescribed terrorist organisation. And Hezbollah is an internationally prescribed terrorist organisation. So when your own government has prescribed them as terrorists and you look at what they did, why they wouldn't call them such. However, they did do a documentary. This is going out Sunday, isn't it? So they did a documentary on Thursday night. Which was all from the perspective of the victims who survived the music festival. And it was called, We Will Dance Again. And it was just from their footage and their experiences.
Yeah.
Very, heartbreaking.
Yeah. And you've got a programme coming out soon on Ustream, haven't you?
So I went out to interview Billy McLeod.
From Veterans in Action.
Veterans in Action.
Great guy.
Anybody who is a Ustream member will know we support Veterans in Action as a charity. So what they do as a charity is help people with PTSD. It's all engineers, so they give them projects to build trucks and everything and send them out on expeditions.
The Land Rovers. People were delivering their old Land Rover rather than scrapping it. Give it to Billy McLeod. And all
it's
his little guys
amazing what they make, Jim.
Tap, tap, tap.
We went, didn't we, Harley, to the warehouse. And what they've done with these Land Rovers. It's like got a fully functioning kitchen and...
But why did he go to Israel?
Sorry. So he went over to Israel, to speak...
In what capacity?
From the charity, but sort of as the leader of that charity. He spoke to...
Great charity.
It's a fantastic charity. Spoke to soldiers who discovered the scenes of October the 7th and see how they're dealing with PTSD because, and as he says in this interview, they've got a lot of problems going forth because these people saw things no human should see.
I know. It's like when the SAS discovered Belsen.
Well, yeah, right.
And they couldn't believe what they were seeing.
I think people think, they're trained IDF soldiers and they're trained. You can't be prepared
for that. It's like when you first
Jim.
visit Hull.
Sure, it's very simple.
I know, I'm trying to make fun of it. But it is an awful thing.
It's horrific.
And those soldiers must
horrific.
Be,
So not only that, though, what they did then, he spoke to people in the IDF just about how Israel's
It was all
responded.
about PTSD. It wasn't a political thing. It didn't take sides.
It was a bit of both, really. He went to see his stance on it was, I want to hear what the Israelis say because the press are telling me one thing. I want to hear from them what happened and understand their sort of reaction to it. And at the end of the day, they were attacked on October the 7th.
Yeah.
Families were massacred. These kids at this festival. So he went to one of the kibbutz that was attacked first. So he spoke to people who survived the attack and relatives of those who were taken hostage.
All to learn about PTSD.
Just to learn about, but just
how
learn about the
coping.
whole experience and how horrific life has been really since October the 7th.
Yeah.
And also...
Did he speak to the other side?
Well, no, they didn't go into Gaza. I suppose
that would be difficult. But you know, Billy, for instance, runs that great charity, Veterans in Action, and he's not political. He wants to go in there. I know what it's about. It's to go in there and face the horror, so he can talk to his guys that have been through horror as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a big part of it.
Should we have a look a little bit?
Yes.
A little bit. Let's have a little look at Billy McLeod's little film. Here's a little piece for
interview.
You.
On October the 7th, 2023, Hamas terrorists broke through the Israeli border and slaughtered more than 1,100 people. Former rural engineer Billy McLeod, MBE, travelled to Israel in the aftermath of the atrocity. How are those men and women?
I think they've got a lot of trouble ahead in the future.
How's it changed you, Billy, being over there?
It's changed me internally because I believe that I know how I would react if this happened to me.
When you see scenes like that, these were animals, weren't they?
Actually, I think that's quite kind to them, if I'm honest. You can't even explain the atrocities they committed.
Is this World War III?